that.
Welcome to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club on WUJM 99 Jams, The Berg. Go ahead and grab your coffee, pull up a chair, and make yourself at home. In just a few minutes, we'll be taking attendance, sharing stories, celebrating our community, and talking about the people, places, and opportunities shaping Tampa Bay. If you're here this morning, you're already a member, so settle in. There's a seat at this table with your name on it. Welcome to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club.
And that, in many ways, I think saved my sanity.
What were some of your favorite books?
The first one, from when I was about 7 or 8, was called The Witch's Buttons by Ruth Chu. And if you talk to any bookish person my age...
The Witch's Brew. Oh.
Yeah.
What all that is? What's all that? It go from really low to really loud. Welcome to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
And this is Qiana.
And this King Jab, man, Q came in with
I did.
Like DMX, right? And this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project at the Community Development and Training Center, aka See That.
See that.
And we like to thank y'all for tuning in, helping us to redefine what's cool, because smart is
The new
gangsta.
baby.
And if you don't know,
Now you know.
now you know. Now you know. And before we say other word,
Another word.
we gotta let you know right here. Here you go.
The Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is an independently produced program. The views, opinions, and statements expressed by hosts, guests, or callers are their own and do not necessarily reflect
other word
positions or policies of
It's on the
Radio.
internet.
99 Jams is ownership, management, affiliates, sponsors,
Well,
or partners.
Yeah. So yeah, the views expressed are our own and nobody else's. So yeah.
I don't know what happened.
There you have it.
You know, do I sound like crackly?
It's just loud. Yeah, you just gotta. Yeah.
Are you? Do I sound a little? No, I
turn-
did, but it's
Turn
not
my
working.
headphones down. How about that?
I did all of that,
Oh,
right?
okay.
And it's still.
So we came in this morning. The computer wasn't on. The mic wasn't on. It was one of those mornings. And so if we crack-a-lacking, we crack-a-lacking. But we back.
Not
and it's
on
Friday,
purpose.
and it's amazing. I feel good. How y'all feeling?
It's
Freestyle
Friday.
First week of school.
Ooh, yes.
First full week, and we're gonna talk about that. I saw a post from Raphael Robinson, so I want to talk about that. We got the brother. You seen the video with the brother. He was a teacher, and he was talking about his first day of school experience with some high school students. So we're gonna get into that a little bit. King Jab, you sent me a story about a guy about a stolen ATM.
Oh, right on 18.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
So we got it. We got it.
We had a real barbershop incident here.
Was that barbershop or was that Friday? Which one was that?
It was barbershop.
What, he got
with
the
Ice Cube, his cousin borrowed the car.
Okay, so let's get into it. We skipping the check-in. Right?
Oh, I'm trying to get the crackling sound out.
Okay.
But I think I might have figured it out.
All right. Off-air producers, roll call. Let us know, how does Q sound this morning? Good morning, Coach D. I see you, Charlie Funk. Thank you. I appreciate that. It said it's playing, but Q is a little crackly. Right. Just turn the number one down. Turn down number one.
It is down as far as it can go, I think.
Without being off. I hear
yes.
that. I hear that. So what's up with this ATM machine? What was that all about?
Oh, bro. I'm first day of school. I'm coming down 18.
Okay. So you see it.
You know, you see the police got the street blocked up right by Enoch.
Okay. Okay.
And they left the ATM right in the middle of the street, bro.
Wow.
Cage and all. I don't know where they drug it from, but they say they drug it quite a bit. Now they say it came from like 26 Avenue.
So was it a U-Haul or something? Or what was the?
Nah, I don't know. The dragger.
Okay.
Gone.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
The ATMs. I don't think they did it to the
So I wonder, like,
It fell off the truck.
so okay, this is me. How high you gotta be
Yeah.
to say, "Ooh, today I'm finna steal that ATM machine."
Yeah, you done rolled by there a couple times. You done checked it out and you done thought, you know.
All we need is a
Yeah.
Like you got listen, I'm telling you, whatever they was on, they was high as a kite.
You don't do that sober.
No,
That-
no.
because there was an ATM in a cage. We got it to the ATM.
It's just the cage and the ATM. Yeah, that's not something you do
Yeah.
sober.
No.
At some point, I think they were like, man, you know what? Let's go on.
Listen up, kids. Bring back the DARE program.
I mean, for real, because just think about it. Like, you ride, so if it's on 18th, they
Yeah.
riding with it probably like, I can just see it going from side to side on the.
Well, from what I seen, the article, it said it might have started on 4th Street. So I think they started.
They named it Enoch.
I wonder where they stole it from.
It said 25th Avenue South and 4th Street is where they originated. And I guess from 25th South to, oh, wow. Yeah, so that's past Chatterways. You think about that. And how you end up on, you could have just shot down 26. Now you take the back road. 18.
And they taking major roads too.
Yeah.
Like how you on 18? Like, cause you didn't even have to go on 26. You know, you could go right on the other side.
Yeah,
you know
it's
what?
all
We
kinda
need
way.
to stop.
Yeah. So incredibly brazen is the word.
I was high. What's the song?
Yeah.
Because
Like
I got high.
I was gonna leave it alone.
People
But
need
it's-
money and resources.
That's what I'm
No,
telling you.
it is like no, it's hard out here for a pimp.
I'm telling you, man, hard enough for you to, and then what's the argument like when you get back to the house after you done dropped it off the truck?
And no, oh, and then
Who
no.
bought it one, child?
You came out and tried to help me with the wiggly leg.
I told you, dude, you ain't gotta turn like that. Well, I'm trying to tell you. Like,
And then you
that's a
still
whole
get,
fight.
Somebody with no foundation up underneath.
and then no, you don't even. The worst part of it is you don't have the ATM machine, so you didn't get the money, and you still probably going to jail
Oh yeah, that's of course, yeah.
because he got these stupid flop cameras.
Man,
It's a
nothing.
It's a matter.
Yo,
Yeah,
they
I
ain't
can't
flop
catch 'em.
this here. What is y'all using this information for?
To
You
find
do-
their baby mamas and
That's just what I
girlfriends.
said. Yeah,
yeah,
stalking celebrities and things like that.
yeah.
Drug dealers and celebrities.
Oh my god.
Oh, and then
Yeah.
there was a big bus in the city.
Okay. I saw the live videos.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, that's all I know.
I just saw
I don't
live
know.
videos.
I made a statement. Because I'm not in the streets, I'm not really concerned with the streets.
Yes, sir.
I don't know. You know what I mean? Like it's always a big bus.
Yeah,
This is true.
But then to your point earlier about the economy, like what does I mean? I remember being in the streets, and if it's big enough, it mess up the ecosystem.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
The ecosystem will fix itself, though.
Yeah, it will. It'll self correct.
Exactly.
but it is a setback, you know, during those seasons like that. And so, man, it's crazy. But
Well, at least they got their kids to school.
yeah, that was that's usually one of the reasons that they give.
School clothes.
School
They got school clothes. They
pay
did
for.
thing they need to do.
School closed.
They were able to supply the kids for the summer.
Yeah, hopefully.
And we're
right,
not condoning.
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. And so, speaking of kids going back to school, let's talk about this education paradigm and what's happening with these schools, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, Raphael Robinson, y'all know Raphael Robinson. We do the somebody tag Raphael if you're in here too. It says Jab sounds like he's in the background. So y'all tag Raphael Robinson so that because we want to have a conversation about a post that he made, and we were talking about education. And so Raphael is a local educator. He has 25 years, maybe 22 years, I think he posted.
He's been a teacher of the year a couple of times.
Yes. Yeah. He does our STEM Saturday program. Yeah. So, and so what Raphael said, it was the second day of school, and he said he was already experiencing serious disrespect and defiance from a student. He didn't frame it as a rant about bad kids. Instead, he pointed to this deeper issue he said that he would like to have a conversation about. He said, we cannot talk seriously about academic achievement while refusing to talk about behavior, engagement, and parental accountability. He said, a child who isn't available to learn can't learn. And a persistently disruptive child can interfere with everybody else's opportunity. And he was basically saying, like, this child was so disrespectful, couldn't accept no's, just cutting up horribly with fundamental things. You know what I mean? And he was just lifting that up, saying how people overlook the challenges that educators have with getting your children to just like chill and behave. And so the question is, how much responsibility belongs to the school? And when it comes to having the children come through the door with these fundamental skills, being able to accept correction, being able to, not explode, being able to just follow simple directions. And so he was saying, like, what we doing?
So for one, that child is not doing anything at that school that they don't do at home.
Lift up the other mic. Let me see the other mic for you.
For one. Okay, here we go. Right.
Oh, that's good.
So that child's not doing anything at that school that he doesn't do at home.
Okay.
This is a learned behavior.
Okay.
So the parents know how the child acted. The child is probably privileged. It might come as a privilege. It's different type of things that attribute to this.
Yeah.
Because you got some kids that just bad. I ain't gonna say just bad. Most of the time it's just I don't know.
Okay.
And I've been pushed along from grade to grade because don't nobody want to deal with me. So I'm going to just pass you along. So my deflection is to act out because I don't know the answer. I don't want to know the answer.
Yeah.
I don't want to learn. And I don't care if y'all learn either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's a lot of tribute, but it's really on the parent. And then it's as an educator, I think part of your job is to say, hey, I can't do my job with this child in my classroom.
Right.
You know what I mean? So now y'all need to figure out what we're going to do. Parents, everybody, administration. I wouldn't even, it's not me. It's not even on me as a teacher no more. Administration, parents, y'all figure it out. He can't come in here. Let's keep rolling.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Because it's right now, this is the beginning of the school year. So this man trying to right his ship.
That's what he said. He said it's day 2. He said they're still learning names. They still establishing
y'all
norms.
come get him. Administration, y'all. I don't care what y'all do with him throughout the rest of the day. Y'all figure out what between him and his parent or whoever he or she and his parent, y'all figure it out there and bring it back. Because it has to be accountability. That's a lot of things. Then you got to realize the parents sometimes aren't equipped to help either. Because a parent might be in a situation where they're like, I've tried. And the system failed. These kids, this same kid can be went to JDC 3-4 times. And when the police pick them up, they come knock on your door as a parent and say, hey, I'm going to take you to jail if you don't come get him.
Let me back you up because I hear that. I hear that. And so let's start at the beginning and then go to these different grade levels, right? But because I think Raphael may be a 3rd or 4th grade teacher. And so at 3rd grade level.
Let's go right back. My grandson.
Okay.
Boom, rewind.
Okay.
4th grade.
Okay.
Little girl just came over into the same class. Now this crazy now.
I said, because I thought about my grandson.
At 4th grade, this boy asked his grandma to pray that this girl ain't in his class beginning of the school year.
Oh, that's his prayer.
That was part of his prayer. Like, I don't want to deal with her this year.
Wow.
And she's a little girl where her mama didn't want to send her to school with a Cuban on.
Oh, come on, man.
And they like, yo, you can't send her here with this because she want to play and we don't want to be responsible for. One time she took it off and hung it on the fence. Now it's a big debacle about where my baby necklace at.
Oh, come on, man. But not her being in class cutting up. Like that's not a big deal.
At 4th grade, my baby like she don't really know nothing. They just keep pushing. He's
saying it at 4th grade.
He know what's going on.
Yeah.
So this is a conversation we had, and I go to answer your question. So it goes along. So now at 4th grade, this same child gets to high school. Because this after I got to deal with this child all year long. There's no correction. As a teacher, I'm helpless. My administration and the parents not helping me. Man, here y'all go.
Right. So Q stepped out. I see the phone ringing, and we can't get over there to it. So you might just give us a call back after the break. If my gut is right, that's probably Coach D. If that's you, Coach D, put your comment in the chat. Let us know what's on your mind. It is Freestyle Friday, and we're talking about a post that was made by Raphael Robinson. If y'all tuning in, he's an educator with 20 plus years. He in school. I was going to actually have him trying to call in, but I knew he'd probably be in school this morning. But what he was saying was, here's what some of the questions. He was like, the basic things that he would need to have is this is what you need to ask your child. Can your child hear no without exploding? Can they accept correction? Can they follow instructions that they don't like? Can they sit through something that isn't entertaining? And he was saying fundamentally just being able to respect adults because usually even if you got all of that in you, when somebody grown talking to you, you
better get it together.
Yeah, you get it together
because it don't even matter. That's an adult.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, that's crazy because I had a thought and I lost it, but
okay, so I'm hopping back in.
No, it's good.
Okay, so you're right. They don't, but nowadays parents don't teach their children to respect adults. I don't know. They because you will see.
I'm trying to figure out how
you need to homeschool.
I'm trying to figure out how
your child's not going to respect adults at an institution.
They don't.
You need to keep them at home.
No, but see the thing is, you hear right now. You teach them though. Don't you say nothing to my child, right? And then you'll see it in this society. Like if anybody say something before they even get if you'll get the phone calls and they're already cussing you out.
So
why are you cussing me out?
So I want to pause for a second and just think about how did you learn how to respect adults? Like who taught you?
My mama.
And how? What did she do to and for me it was just I'm trying to I don't remember a specific moment where they was like you got to respect grown folks. It was the stuff that you had.
But no, they told
you the first sign of respect is grown folks talking. You need to get out this room.
Okay, there you go.
Here we go.
I remember that.
You know what I mean? That was the first sign. You would come in the room.
Yeah.
And you see grown folks talking. You'll stop whatever they live. Hey, mama, look, you'll just turn around and go out
all
the room.
The grown folks in the room. All the grown folks in the room. If they don't get you together, then the grown folks in the room gonna be like, who? That's your.
Yeah. Or know what? Your tone. You don't talk to adults like that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You don't raise your voice in this house.
Oh, here's the other one. Who you think you talking to?
Right.
That was a question that prompted a thought about respect.
And then you'll be like, I didn't do that. You calling me a liar?
Yeah, I remember that.
You know. So there's things that was taught no, and then you when you go to these people's house, you don't show your tail, you sit down.
Okay, that's the car ride. Yeah, right? Yeah, that's on the way to that's what I mean. Like how because we need to give these some tips and some tools.
But now you have
but that's how it was. It was on the way to the store, it was on the way to the house.
Don't touch them people's stuff when you go in there.
Okay.
And I think the tips and the tools, even if not added, don't act like you delusional to the fact of how your child act.
Yeah.
Because how your child act.
Yeah.
I've worked in the school for almost 10 years now, volunteering.
Yeah.
And I see so how your child act. And I've said this before and I'll say it 100 more times. If the first time you talk to your child's teacher and you're cussing them out, it's no way you can be right.
Yeah.
If this is the first interaction with your child's teacher,
it's a back and
you cussing them out, or it's a problem, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Or I come out. Oh, don't worry, I'll go get my mama. So
that's a flag.
And that's a flag. And then so the parents, you thinking, give me your phone. I'm not giving you my phone. So just think of if you'll do this to Raphael. So let's think about this. Let's paint this picture. Raphael is not a small dude.
Yeah.
He tall, he towers typically, and he's black.
Yeah.
So that right there demands respect in some type of level.
Yeah.
So the fact that this child feels like you can go. So imagine what he do to the women.
Wow. Let's take some comments. We got Rodney Bennett. What's good, big brother? You probably up early or late over there in Ghana. Shout out to Rodney Bennett.
What school Raphael teacher?
Right up the street.
Doug Jameson.
Okay.
Rodney says, why is it always pushback when people say, let's look at what parents are doing? It is the parents in most cases. My children understood clear. You are to go to school to learn. And if you don't want to learn, you are never to stop others from learning. Try stopping others and watch how I show up.
Right.
Yeah.
And so
hold on, stop. Last 3 words.
Yeah.
Watch how I show up. That's the problem, how you show up as a parent when these things happen. Because if you show up snapping about my baby ain't did nothing. Thank you, Rodney. Now watch how you show up.
You see how you show up. Like you seen, there's things that Lily, you see how you show up there. You see how you show up with bonus parents, step parent.
Yeah.
How, you know what I mean? Like if you confronting everybody who say something to your children.
Right.
And your children seeing that regardless if they're wrong or right. Because remember, I was telling you that I was in the store and they accused my nieces of like stealing, right?
Okay.
And literally, I went there, but I didn't go there. And when we walked in the car, I said, I really could have got really ugly, but I'm not going to be that ghetto black person so they can stereotype us. But I still want them to know that you ain't finna try them. Because when they was talking to them and I say, they don't steal.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And because they're with me, well, they got cups. I say, listen, they opened up the cups, but I say, you see, I'm here. I'm the adult. Address me, not the children.
That's
if
right.
they were here by themselves, say something else. But no, I'm here. And I say, and what I did do is call her manager.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And report it. I didn't appreciate how you did my children.
Yeah, and again, that goes back to how you
followed up too. Right? I've been back to y'all written that report. I see.
I want to know how this ended, right?
Not be on that.
Because
don't worry about it. I got it.
Because she was like, she looked at them. She was like, you supposed to pay for that if you got soda, and she said, my niece first they said I don't have soda, and what happened is when she went and got the water, one of the orange kind of went in there, like boom, just a little bit. So it was just water in there. And a matter of fact, she ended up pouring. She only had ice in her cup.
Right.
And I told her, I say, if you're getting water, get water. I don't play that.
Yeah. Because I mean, who want to be in a position where you got to explain? I want to go back to what we was talking about with because the lessons learned and how you learned it, and what I gathered from it is not like a sit down. This is how you respect adults conversation. It's culture.
Yeah.
It was the environment. It was the spaces that we were in where the adults in that area, your parents, like they all contributed to the culture where you knew, like, so like you said, when you come in and grown folks talking, like that was a lesson you learned real quick. Right. And if it's urgent, you say, excuse me, like, excuse you, like you got those, but you got them as a part of the culture. It wasn't like, okay, rule number 1 to respecting adults. You know what I'm saying? It was just a part of your household.
But see, now
if your household don't have that, because the adults, they disrespect the children just because they're children. That's another one of my pet peeves. Like you just cussing children out.
Learn behavior. Yes. The children don't come out and start putting together curse words. They learn their put together from you.
I don't know, because my cousin came out cussing.
They learned their put together from hearing. It's audible. I learned these.
I don't know what I don't know what my cousin learned it from, because my auntie did not cuss her, but she is a cusser and have been a cusser all her life.
She around somebody that was cussing. And so there was another teacher. It was a Texas high school teacher. He became emotional on the video after an exercise. He said with 17 and 18-year-old seniors.
That's what I was talking about.
Okay, yeah. So he said students read 2 paragraphs and were given a sentence to sentence them to complete. The teacher says the annotated material was already put together. He modeled the response for him, and yet the students still struggled to independently provide 4 missing words out of this context.
There you go, that Chat GPT.
Yeah.
Nah, that's okay. Sight words.
Okay.
The kids aren't taught to read; they're taught sight words.
Yeah. Okay.
So my reading is, I seen them go. I'm not in the setting. I ain't in. I'm not, because I'm only reading the word. So this is why they test. They can't test because they only reading to understand the words in front of them. They're not comprehending. They're not seeing. They're not reading the question that Sally went down the river 20 miles and then came back 10 miles. How many miles did Sally travel total? Yeah. Because I can't comprehend all of that, because all I know is Sally I just know the words.
But not even what the meaning of these words are.
But so the comprehension's not there.
I got one that I'm sorry to cut you off, but my son, him and his best friend graduated, bro.
Mm-hmm.
The man graduated high school, bro. And
functionally, they call it functionally illiterate. Yeah.
The man can't even. I think he scored. Anybody in the military, I think he scored lower than they would to just sign your name.
Oh wow, yeah.
Because he just could not stand it. Then I break focus,
and they schooled him through.
And once I don't understand,
I also say, because the sight words is a help, right? Because they help, but then they go in there, because being into like the tutoring setting, right? They start off with the sight words, then they use the whole sentence, and then they're supposed to be the comprehension. I go back to these phones, Chat GPT and all these other stuff. They're giving them the answers for everything, so they don't have the comprehension. They don't have the skills that they need to be able to use their own brains outside of this or electronics to do it. And so when you give them something and they can't use their phones, they're completely lost. And the school, before you do that, and the tools that they were given like in elementary is now not used anymore because they rely on something else.
Right. And the other thing that they're not learning is how to tell time on clocks. And so with that in mind, it's 8:00, and we're gonna talk more about it. We're gonna take a break, and then we'll be back. We can continue the conversation after the break. King Jab has a great lineup for us with some hot topics. We have some community announcements. It's Freestyle Friday. We're gonna do a debrief of what the election turnout has been. So y'all don't go nowhere. Y'all stick around. We'll be right back about 6 minutes after the hour.
Hey everyone, we are diving right into this explainer, breaking down the South St. Petersburg CRA 10-year check-in report, and we're going to explore exactly what it means for a neighborhood's future. 10 years ago, a massive promise was made to revitalize this community. Today, we're popping the hood, looking at the hard data, and seeing what actually happened, where all that money went, and how the community has transformed as a result. Here is our roadmap for today. We'll hit the demand for change, the neighborhood account, a financial boom, the displacement paradox, the way forward, and finally, why your voice matters. All right, section 1, the demand for change, advocating for investment. Let's take it back to 2009. Grassroots organizers got together, over 100 residents and stakeholders actually, and launched what they called Agenda 2010 and the 2020 Plan. They built a seriously powerful platform demanding a formal vehicle for change. They wanted to reverse decades of unequal investment and policies that were just disproportionately hurting Black residents in South St. Petersburg. And because of that fierce advocacy, by 2015, the Community Redevelopment Area, or CRA, was officially born. The whole point was prioritizing affordable housing, small businesses, and the economic well-being of the folks who are already living there. Moving on to section 2, the neighborhood accounts, funding mechanism. So to make that ambitious change a reality, the city had to literally draw the lines. This area encompasses a massive 4,700-acre geographic boundary. At the time they created it, it held over 33,000 people. That was roughly 14% of the city's entire population. But a line on a map is just step 1. You need a way to actually fund it. That brings us to how we pay for it all. Let's strip away all the bureaucratic jargon for a second. The funding mechanism is called tax increment financing, or TIF. Honestly, just think of it as a local neighborhood account. When the CRA was created, property values were basically frozen at a baseline. As those values inevitably rise over time, they generate new, additional tax revenue. Now, instead of that new tax money just disappearing downtown into the city's general fund, it gets locked in. It's deposited directly into this special neighborhood account to be reinvested right back into South St. Petersburg. Pretty smart, right? Okay, Section 3, a financial boom, exceeding expectations. You guys, the sheer scale of this financial boom is, honestly, it's wild. When the plan was written 10 years ago, planners were predicting a solid $7 million in trust fund growth for the first decade. But the reality? A staggering $70.4 million actually hit that account. Actually, scratch that. It wasn't just a boom. In just the first 10 years, they blew past the estimates for the entire 30-year lifespan of the plan. Financially speaking, this CRA has been an absolute revenue-generating machine. Which brings us to Section 4, the displacement paradox, unintended consequences. Well, here's where we really need to pause and look at the human side of all this. The report bluntly points to what it calls the displacement paradox. The CRA was designed to uplift legacy residents, right? The people already living there. But as the neighborhood became significantly wealthier on paper, we're talking a massive 141% spike in median home values, it simultaneously lost 21% of its Black population. So the very people who fought for this revitalization are increasingly finding themselves completely priced out of the neighborhood they helped build. When you look at the demographic shifts from 2012 to 2023, it is incredibly stark. While the Black population inside the CRA dropped sharply by 21%, the white population actually increased by 53%. Remember, this was a historically 72% Black neighborhood when the plan started. When you see that kind of rapid racial turnover, it's a massive, glaring indicator of active displacement. And to its credit, the 10-year check-in report doesn't sugarcoat it. They explicitly name gentrification as the force transforming the neighborhood right now. By definition, as higher-income folks move in and housing costs skyrocket, the neighborhood physically changes. And that results in vulnerable legacy residents getting pushed out, which fundamentally changes the cultural heartbeat of the entire community. All right, Section 5, the way forward, adjusting our course. So with these stark facts right in front of us, the question isn't if the neighborhood is changing, it's how do we adjust the steering wheel right now so the people who needed this plan the most aren't left behind? The report gives us 5 specific recommendations for the way forward. First, we need to have the courage to get curious, get involved, and have the tough conversations. Second, we must clearly define what we want and keep those impacted legacy residents at the dead center of it all. Third, identify the barriers so we can get those massive TIF funds deployed way faster and easier. Fourth, go back and revise those original 2015 action plans to directly tackle this wave of displacement. And fifth, build the actual structural infrastructure to get the vision done. The original residents absolutely have to stay at the heart of this planning.
And finally, Section 6, your voice matters. Get involved today.
Look, this explainer is really just the starting line of the conversation. The road ahead needs drivers, navigators, visionaries. So my big question to you is, are you ready to step up and help guide this community's journey for the next decade? Will you help us make sure the next 10 years prioritize restoration over displacement? Here is exactly how you can take action today. Share your voice by jumping on the official survey at policypartners.org. Just make sure you do it by August 15th. And please mark your calendars and show up to the community event on September 2nd. At the end of the day, this is our neighborhood, these are our resources, and it's our future. If we don't step up and shape it, who will?
Problems aboard the Lincoln.
You know, it's that seat. It's the seat.
It's the seat.
It's the seat.
It's the Gemini that you put
It's the Gemini. It's the seat and the Gemini. that go in
okay,
the
because
seat.
y'all both Gemini. Because I say
Yeah.
the mic's about to be hot. Don't say nothing. As soon as I do, boom, da-doom, doom.
Start thinking Negro spirits. Welcome back to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
Hey, this is Qiana.
This King Jeff.
And this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project of the Community Development Training Center, aka CDAT.
See that.
We'd like to thank y'all for tuning in, helping us to redefine what's cool, because smart is
The new
gangsta.
baby.
And if you don't know,
Now you know.
Let's see if we can hear Charlie Funk on the radio.
The Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is an independently produced program. Views, opinions, and statements
It's something not
expressed by
connecting.
hosts,
Okay.
guests,
It's
or
on the
callers
internet,
are
so the
their
internet
own
will be
and
able
do
to
not
get it.
necessarily
The views
reflect the
expressed
views,
are
positions, or
of the Tampa Bay
policies
Breakfast
of
Club and not the
Radio,
views of 99 Jams,
its ownership,
WUJM,
management,
any of its affiliates or
sponsors,
sponsors.
or partners.
Type stuff.
Enjoy the show.
I don't know. I don't like it.
All right, cool.
Okay, I don't like that, but y'all already know.
Yeah.
Hey, Shayna. Hey, Damien.
What up, though? Roll call. Let us know you out there.
Tiffany.
So before the break, we were talking about the educational system and some of the challenges that have been shared by educators. And it's interesting that the two that we saw was by Black male teachers. And we know Raphael, he always talk about it too. He's like 3% of the
No, he's less than 3.
Okay.
So he went too, because Raphael is doing his thing. So if you want to go to his page and read
Raphael
it.
Robinson, somebody
Yes,
tag him.
he's
Yeah.
going in there to do it. He went to the conference and there were only 2 Black male teachers in the whole Pinellas County.
Okay.
2
Wow.
out of 200 and something teachers.
Wow.
2 of them were Black males.
Wow. That's interesting. And so the commentary that we received was from Black males. And so I want to get some of the comments that came in. So thank you, Rodney Bennett. I appreciate that. He had a great one. Margaret, Coach D says, pushing along is a problem. I tried to fight to have mine. First child was in 9th grade, 3 years, and I pulled him out. Dang. Royce, he said, people will paint a picture as if,
and that's not because the child was slow, because he learns different.
Yeah,
and they didn't want to teach him.
Oh, that's exactly how it goes. Yeah.
Go ahead, brother.
It's usually them geniuses.
Yeah.
But people will paint a picture as if you gave up on them. The onion's so layered with these kids. I agree.
So here we go, Royce. Some people don't pour enough in their children.
Okay.
Right. And some do. I will agree that the system is made for you to be cookie cutter, like everybody fit in this whole box. Like we're at this level. I know when I was at school, and I don't know if they still do that, like they had A, B, C, and D. Like you were in your groups and how you learn. And D, maybe you learned a little slower than A.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And you were put in these different groups but I guess they stopped that because people would pick on somebody who wasn't at the level.
I remember SLD classes, and we used to call them slow learning dummies. That was what we used to say. I mean, y'all ain't like y'all don't remember that.
No.
Y'all remember that? But I mean, that didn't mean that you was slow. It just meant that you learned different. Like we learned that later, but it it was all part of the culture.
Yeah,
y'all laughing. Stop. Y'all went to school.
You're horrible. You were bullied.
I just can't tell the truth.
Yeah, you can't.
Okay.
We just know your truth.
I was a bully. I got bullied, so maybe that was my way.
That was your way.
And I was smart, and the people who bullied me was in SLD classes, and so that's why. Okay, so
it was a get back.
It was a get back.
That's why I'm laughing. That sounds like one of mine.
and then it became a fight because now, so yeah, the rest is history, and we all made it out of there. But the point about different learning styles and being able to have an appreciation for that. I think that's another part of it too. And Jab, you mentioned it when you talked about being promoted and you're not learning, right? But you're in the class and so you don't know any of this stuff. And so the way you distract yourself from feeling like you getting left out is you act up, you cut out.
You do, or like you find something like you'll see like in the classroom, when everybody read, if the teacher go in the boo, 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 right, and then you find a reason to get up right before it's time for you to read because you're not reading. I remember I used to like switch seats with somebody.
Okay.
So I would read for them because I knew that. But then I realized I'm not helping. Yeah. Later on in life, I realized I
wasn't helping them.
No, that was not.
Yeah.
Such a nice person.
Rodney,
I've been over there like.
Rodney Bennett says, since the 70s, the culture shifted. I'm in Ghana, and they have a cultural rule of you are never to raise up against your elder, right? And they take it serious. Low education is why you get a president that is against your best interest, and you voted for him. So it ain't just us.
No,
it ain't just us. Yeah.
Do you know that they don't teach critical thinking skills in high school? Yeah. And what's the first thing they want you to do your freshman year in college? Critical thinking,
yeah. And that's another part of the racket.
So
Another part of the hustle is they teaching you stuff. Now, when you go to college, you got to do remedial classes.
Think critically,
which is extra money
because now you got to pay for what you were supposed to be learning in high school.
Algebra all over again, and you got to take comp.
And it's
you got to make
$25,000 a semester,
right?
Yeah,
you can't.
And you paying for it too.
You paying for it.
Wow, play now, you're gonna suffer later. And so,
but the kids don't know. Like again, so this. God give you parents because you needed them. If you could do it on your
Both
own,
of them, the man and the woman.
Yes,
that's probably the 85% of this problem.
Say that. Give me
the man and the woman are not in these child life. Although they're not together.
Parents. Okay.
They may or may not be together, but if both parents, like Royce, man, Royce's son, man, I watched this young man grow up. I watched him play all 4 years at Lakewood. I watched him become a wonderful young man, complete college.
Yeah.
And I think it was the mother and the father, that, you know what I mean? So, and I don't think, I don't want to get in a relationship, but I don't think they were a couple, but it was the presence.
Yeah. Yeah. And that makes a huge difference.
The conversation me and Crutel had, like, if you look at the NBA draft, all 10 of those boys that were drafted, the top 10 came from two-parent households.
Okay. Yeah. So that makes a difference.
It does. Yeah. I think it does.
Yeah, we can talk about that. So here's the other part of it, right? Right. Again, the and thank y'all for the comments on the shit. I see you.
She say she happy we back.
Welcome back. No, we've been here. You was gone. No, it's good to see you. Roll call. If you're out there, tag and let us know that you're here. Where you tuning in from this morning? What's on your mind? Where are you? And are you at work? Are you at home? Where you listening from? You listening in the car? Let us know. Put it in the comments. Engage with us so that we can know that you're there. Rodney mentioned education and voting and how the lack of education contributes to the leadership that we have because people end up voting against their self-interest. And so I wanted to turn the corner a little bit and talk about.
Oh, he said, I missed y'all.
Okay, thank you. Know what this, and she's at work. And so I was looking at the Pinellas County Supervisor of Elections turnout. They got a tracker that you can look at. And so I was like, man, we need to start letting people know about this. And then I had the idea. It took me way off course. It was something I wasn't really supposed to be doing yesterday. I'm like, I done went down a rabbit hole.
Exactly what it sounded like when I called you.
I done went down a rabbit hole, and I'm like, man,
I called you like, what you doing?
How did I get here? And so we looked at what I did. I mean, knowing that we have tools, and I thought that it would make it a lot more easier, and it did. So it took the demographics from the precincts, and I asked the chat, to give me the majority Black precincts, right?
Right.
And it was like 14 precincts in Pinellas County that have 50% or more Black registered voters. So that was kind of the baseline, and I was like, okay, how are we doing with our turnout in comparison to the rest of the county? And so here you have it. So it was 91,438 ballots that were cast countywide, and then in the 14 majority Black precincts, it was 2,629, which puts us at like 11.5 or 11.6% turnout. The gap is basically, the long story short, is saying that these precincts are turning out at 24% lower than the rest of Pinellas County. And in order to make up that difference, we would need 800 more votes. So like turnout's already low. Right.
During this
season. So 15% is not ideal, but it's still early. Early voting is happening. We'll know the final numbers after the primary, but 15% is where it is right now, and we're 24% lower than everybody else. And so that led me to the conversation that we had around the younger voters. And Jab, you flagged this for us.
So your statistics sound to me like the population of people that have been failed by who they voted for.
Okay.
That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like that these are the people that got promised things and didn't receive them.
Okay.
And they don't care no more. I've been there.
That's why they're not voting?
I would, if I do, I do. If I don't, it don't matter. I've been there, bro. We had this conversation.
Yeah. No, I was there
for
years.
Yeah, so that's what that sounds like to me. It's like, okay, yeah.
I think for me, it sounds that, and that they were taught that voting doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know, in the
They weren't
household,
taught, they were trained.
however,
Yeah.
trained, taught
By social media.
not even by social media, by their own households. Like voting becomes important too from your household. Like
True.
everybody in my household voted.
I go along with that.
So like if your mama didn't vote and they didn't see no importance, or their daddy didn't, or your grandma,
passing that down.
Yeah.
they're not passing it down. And I can tell you where, like, I'm a super voter. Qiana really wasn't into it, but you know what? She gonna get up and vote because my mama said which when I started voting, it was like my grandma said I had to do this, which then sparked my interest later on. So if you're in a household too that says that voting don't matter, like it don't help us, look, we still doing the same old same, you're spilling that, and now is like in their DNA.
Yeah, now you're right. As you're saying that, I'm thinking back. Like I don't remember like election day being a big deal in my household. I don't remember my mama going to vote. I don't remember my daddy, saying, all right, I'm finna go vote. Like that wasn't a part of what happened in our household. And then when I got, of age, I bought into the narrative, that loop, man, them people gonna do what they want to do anyway. Like that was my story until like 08, 09.
Right.
And the thing that changed my relationship with the political process, so I voted, I think I got my rights back like 07. And then I voted in 08 because of Obama, right? But then I still was like, I only voted in 08 just for Obama. Like I didn't really know who else was on there. You know what I mean? I just was like, okay, first black, I'm doing it. You know what I mean? Did that. And then it was like 2012. I didn't vote for him in 2012 because of what happened with, Gaddafi and Libya being a member of the Nation of Islam. But then in 2013, connecting with Mr. Edmond. Mr. Edmond is the one who got me back engaged in the political process. And he told me, he was like, bro, like you can vote and I can't. I wish I could vote. So you know what I'm saying? And he was like, vote for me. And so what I do is I get my ballot, and it was like, who you got? And I would pick who Mr. Edmond was with, because I still wasn't engaged in the process. We got a caller?
Yep, caller, introduce yourself.
Hey, this comedian David. I know I've been missing. What's up, y'all?
Hey, how you doing?
We're talking about the electoral process, and you can't pitch or promote any product, so we got to hang up the phone.
So it ain't personal.
Product services, events, none of that stuff.
I already know the rules. I got the pamphlet when y'all first started.
So you got the pamphlet. Turn over
I just
small
want to say, man, I heard the ballot process and that, and I want to tell you, what you was just saying. I was listening in, tuning in. And it was very inspiring what you said, Brother John. Because at the same time, I just want to say, hey, I want to put this message out there to anybody. You can vote, get your rights back. Man, I was hustling for all my life. When I got out of prison and changed my perspective on life, 2-year anniversary on my job, 6 years of being a stand-up comedian, I never seen this happening.
Yes.
And I just want to let anybody know, if I can do it, if you trust in God, God will move mountains. Take that mustard seed of faith and he'll move mountains. You can get your rights back. You can do anything you want to do. You got to stay consistent, change your perspective, and let God do his work. I never foresee none of this happening in my life. But I just want to put that out there, put that narrative of positive energy, man.
Thank
you. It takes a village. It takes everything. Most of all, it takes you believing in God, and it takes you to look in the mirror and look at yourself, because the best check you could ever cash is a reality check. Y'all keep doing y'all thing,
my
man.
man.
I hope this everything go right, man.
That's
I love y'all.
Love you back, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Comedian Damian Davis, man. Y'all go find his page and
the
check
best
him out.
check you can catch
is a reality check.
Yes.
And really understanding what's possible. Like and knowing that, and that was another part of like with the engagement process, what really shifted my view around it, because y'all probably done heard this. I get old, I tell the same stories a lot of times. But Mr. Edmond wanted to do a candidate forum when I was president. It's like 2013. He wanted to do the candidate forum, and I'm like, man, I ain't with blah blah blah. And in the Mr. Edmond way, I insisted that we do it. We put a team together and we had the candidate forum. And before that forum, like they just used to be coming to Child's Park like, woe is me. But after that forum, we started getting phone calls from people in office, not just the mayor, but like the mayor's office, the administrators, because they started seeing like, okay, this is an organized, group, and they're engaged citizens. And then we started asking for resources. We started asking for things. I'm like, oh, okay. That's how this stuff worked.
And you see the benefit.
I saw the benefit of like us being engaged, us encouraging people to vote. And I saw the direct benefit of like the politics, because politics is basically they decide who get what.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? and so it's like, if you're not, who get what?
And see, you sit and you think about the complaints like, oh, they don't help us anyway. But again, you didn't get out there and vote. So just think, if your homeboy, you voted him in, then now your neighborhood looks better because he's invested in. You know what I mean? You look at the prosecutor that now they're fighting for your rights. You're looking at
judges. You're right. Like that's a whole nother thing. Like you got judges are on the ballot, and so for years, I remember the names of the judges who used to be bamming our people. We didn't think that we can vote them out. Nobody told us that,
right?
Exactly.
Because
but
what they did tell you, nah, your vote don't count.
Yeah,
they feed you poison. You got to think that the poison in our community from everything. The 2-parent household. Oh, you need the independent person. Oh, you don't need that. Black women don't love black men. Like the poison is that society just feeds our community, and we go and chomp and eat it, and we go against our best interest.
Wow.
For people who don't give a damn about us.
Right on.
One of the most racial institutions in America is the justice system, right? So if your vote don't count, that's crazy for me to hear someone say that, because the reason that black people get the felonies is because they don't want us to vote.
Yeah.
So a black person and a person from any other race can go in the same courtroom with the same charge and have different outcome. And the reason that we get the felonies and the time is because they don't want us to vote.
They don't want you voting. They don't want you carrying guns.
No, they don't.
You know what I'm saying? Comments, we got Shayna, thank you for that. She said, Jab, you spot on. A lot of us don't care because we feel like it ain't gonna change. But I vote now because y'all and a better understanding. I appreciate that.
Because Shayna was one that we seen in the comments. I
ain't studying that. I remember.
No, but it's so important. It's like really, really important.
Yeah.
And even and I always say, if it wasn't, your vote wasn't so important, why are they still trying to steal election? Why are they trying, why
are they changing districts?
Right.
Yeah, and lumping us all in with like now we in with Y Mama and rural areas.
But you know what? But what they fail to realize, a lot of us is moving to Y Mama. Like, you know what I mean? Okay. Like you look at Pinellas County, most of our friends
afford to live here, so
they get Y Mama. And so this might backfire on their tails because where it wasn't. But a lot of my friends live in Y Mama, Ruskin, Parrot,
Meadow.
You know what I mean? They're moving over there.
So here's another one of the prompts that we had. I put it out yesterday, and this was completely inspired by a conversation with King Jab.
Oh, can I ask a question before you do the segue?
Yeah.
Can you give me a quick definition of a super voter?
It's a person who votes in almost every election, or election, or almost every election.
Because I was under the impression when we were engaging that a super voter would be that household that guides their whole house to vote in a direction. And so pretty much,
it's an individual. It's an individual
that directs
that vote all the time.
I'm a super voter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They vote all the time. Okay. And then you have like what they call it, low propensity voters. Like there's people who vote sometime. People who only vote in like general elections.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But the super voter, anytime anything on the ballot, they showing up for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's my household now.
Yeah.
But I was low propensity. Like I voted for Obama just because it was Obama. Okay. And then in 2010, when the Tea Party and all that, I didn't vote then because I wasn't a super voter at that point. You know what I'm saying? It was, and so that's what happened. Like everybody was excited voting for Obama. But then 2 years later, it was another election for Congress, and it changed the whole dynamic, and it made the rest of his term difficult because we don't engage in that way.
Right.
Right.
It's still on voting.
Right.
It's still on voting, but the question was around asking those who you connected to, if they're in your household, ages 18 to 30, who are they voting for? And it was interesting. The commentary on the post was really interesting because the first, few comments was people giving their opinion about young people. And I'm like, that's the problem. Like the post clearly says, go ask them and tell us what they said.
Yeah.
We don't want your opinion about them. Go ask them.
But I do think so. What I do like is that social media, this is the plus on it.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Has gotten the young people more engaged because you'll see the ones that they're catching, you see the TikToks, you see the engagement with it, and then they'll be like, you'll have these conversations. Oh, nah, they ain't cool with what they do.
Yeah.
So like social media and all that other stuff is not all bad.
Yeah.
It's not a tool. It's not to say that
because I'm a hard on.
I'm not saying social media. I think the whole premise of it engaged around me stating that the people that are running these campaigns don't have a language to talk to these kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
They don't even, I don't even think they thought about it.
Yeah.
Because when we put the post up, it's like, oh, it's like, no, these are the people that are going to vote.
Yeah.
And in the midst of all the commentary, I'm in my bed. I just got out of my bed, walked right in the living room, asked my daughter, who you voting for?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, my mama vote for.
Yep.
And you
I did the same thing.
So
I did the same thing, Jab. and I walked in, asked my daughter and her friend. I said, who you voting for? I don't know. Who running? I don't know who running.
Yeah.
So we've spent millions of campaign dollars and nobody in none of these sectors or area had thought how to engage these new voters.
Yeah, 18,
which is concerning
30,
to me because these are the same youth that we say we're going to represent, but we can't even talk to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't even know how to talk to them. We don't even know how to engage them and say, hey, you should know me as a candidate.
Right.
Because what happens is, even if somebody, say your kids, they say, oh, well, my mama told me to vote for such and such.
Yeah.
It's a full ballot.
Yeah.
So guess what we doing the rest of the way down?
Christmas tree.
Yeah.
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 And you don't know.
As another candidate, and you're still on that ballot, you ain't even engaged these people. They don't know you.
Yeah. And then the other, so my daughter's 24, a friend 28, and the friend says, well, Charlie running again, ain't he? And it was just because Charlie's been
I've seen a flyer.
The name recognition, right?
Yep.
But like if you're not a career politician long term and like you really out here trying to get your name out there, you really trying to do something, that demographic has no idea who you are. The reason that they knew who Charlie was because Charlie's been governor, this, that, and the other. And
they might have heard the name positive or negative. It's just name recognition.
And it wasn't,
and that be the person when they go. Yeah. That's who he gonna vote for.
But what it was it wasn't like I'm gonna vote for Charlie. It was like in response to my daughter said, well, I don't know who running. Like who running?
Yeah.
And then it was like, well, Charlie running again, right? So it was like I know one person that's running, but like I don't know who Charlie running against. I don't know what these other people are doing. So it was like that was the context. It wasn't like, oh, well, I'm voting for Charlie.
No, but what
like,
I'm saying,
I do know somebody who's running.
But what happens is when you're in that booth and you don't know, you're gonna go to the name that you recognize. And that's why I say this. Not saying that he said it, but when you in there and under pressure, I know Charlie. You know what I mean? And so you go right there.
That's why it's important for you to engage these voters, because if I get up and say I'm going to vote, I'm going to vote for the one that has engaged me.
Yeah.
The rest of y'all have a perfect opportunity to get a vote.
Yeah.
Oh, and you know what happens? Like,
you know what I mean?
Now you just like it's coming back to me like just this whole context and the dots are connecting. So like with Rodney, he mentioned the education and how you vote, right? You think about if you can't really read good, and then you go in there and you get a ballot. You seen some of these ballots?
Not at the dog track.
You looking at
why we no longer have the dog.
You get in there and you look at that ballot and you like, whoa.
It's intimidating. intimidating. When I go in there and I'm typical, I know what I'm like and I'm still intimidated.
Yeah.
Like when you're in there, you by yourself, and I'm pretty confident when I walk in there where I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
And then I start to second guess myself.
The amendments and all of these.
Did I read this right? Like, is this really like?
Yeah.
And I will tell people typically if they will try to keep on pushing. Like if you're unsure about the judge.
Yeah. And that's the thing about it too. So that's what a part of our household culture is we do the mail ballots so that we have time. Because if your first time seeing that ballot is on election day and you went to these schools and you have this, thing, like it's going to be overwhelming. And so getting the sample ballot is important. Getting the mail-in ballot. And
is it too late to get your sample ballot?
I just got one. I saw it. And that's the other part. What made me think about it, the sample ballot has everything on it. So it might not be on your ballot. Yeah. That's why the mail ballots, I think, are better because you're getting your ballot. Like
these the one that come to your district, to your precinct.
I went to unfolding the sample ballot, and it was like, unfold this. And I got on a 11 by 17 poster.
Yeah.
And then it got like the Republicans here, the Democrats here, some people in the middle. And even the sample ballot was overwhelming because they put everything on it. And so just, again, request the mail ballot because the mail ballot will be the actual ballot that you use. It's like you preparing for the test. You can actually you can get it in advance. You can look, and what I was able to do, with the mail ballot is I look, okay, I know who I got here, but I don't know about these. So let me phone a friend. Let me do some research. Let me check into, like, who is this person that's running for school board? And I know some people who, in those spaces.
Yeah.
And that's when you start doing your candidate research, like who you got, you know what I mean? Who you picking? But that's another part of the process that I don't think we pay enough attention to. Tiffany, she says, I admit I struggle with the judges, but my daughter and I take the time to look them up in advance and read about them. I admit name recognition typically sways voters. Yubi says they are appealing to the demographic that they would give them the best odds to win. So if you got, they figure they'll target the super voters and not the people who we really need to be engaged. The amendments are very confusing, and that's why I do mail-in ballots to look over and research in advance. Thank you for that. And Royce says,
we'll go do a show.
He says someone should create an explainer video or go live over the sample ballot. Janet Michelle actually did that. I think Janet did a ballot review as well. And then the Dream Defenders at the last Books and Breakfast, they did they call it a ballot bust down. And so they bust down the ballot and reviewed it. So that is happening. But again,
is this online? Is this easily viewable, or did you have to be there?
Yeah. Janet was online, and Dream Defenders, you had to be there. Okay. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's real. So y'all make sure that you're engaged. We're going to do these daily updates on the tracker just so that you can see in real time how we're performing as a community. And then if that moves you to reach out, or if it moves you to get up off the couch, then that's the assignment. We're trying to just get people engaged, let you know, sometimes if you know the score, it make you want to get in the game.
And it's, I mean, with sincerity, like, don't nobody care who you vote for.
Not really.
Just go vote.
Yeah, just do it.
Just go do it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to get my rights back too, so I know what it is. So just go do it.
I smile when I see that because I remember the picture with you voting. I remember with you. I remember.
Come on, bro. I take this very seriously.
Yeah.
Like, they don't even understand where I come from, but I take this very seriously, and I sit back and I watch.
Yeah.
And for me to point this out, I'm kind of crazy because the people that you paying should have been pointed this out.
Exactly.
We should have been doing this.
Yeah.
Y'all should have been doing this. This going to be the difference of you winning this election or coming out the primaries. This right here.
Yes.
Because somebody come in and they're targeting the super voters. Why am I spending all my budget to target the people that vote all the time anyway when they already made their decision?
Yeah, people who vote already, who vote all the time, they're usually not undecided.
Yeah.
Like, you think people who
sometimes
as a super voter you're undecided?
Sometimes you are, because super voters also are doing their researching,
the due diligence.
Yeah. So you can be undecided because again, you know how important your vote matters. So like you say, you're on here. If you don't know what you're doing, You're calling,
somebody,
you're
yeah.
doing it. So yeah, so that you're making sure that you.
But that don't mean I'm undecided. I mean I just don't know.
I think
it's certain races where I know where I'm going.
Yeah, it's not certain.
Yeah.
But
it's just like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, you doing your research. So like, you know.
I think a mind state is as a super voter, you can lose my vote. You might already have it. So the only thing you can do is do something out there that I think is distasteful to make me look at another candidate.
Yeah. You can lose.
You know what I mean? So like,
I'm with you until I'm not.
And then it's like, oh man, I can't even. Dang, now let me go look at this other
I will tell you, like candidates, like I see it because you know it's everywhere on the internet and stuff like that. If somebody like heavy supported you before and now they're 100% against you, I think that you really need to look and reflect at yourself, because if you had somebody that went hard in the paint, and you know these people vote all the time and now they going 100%, they're not your enemy. You did something that you didn't keep your promise. You did something, and this is a time to reflect and be like, what did I, instead of saying,
how did I lose this vote?
You never was you never supported me, you were the enemy before, and all this other stuff. No, like if like nobody goes in there and say, oh, I'm gonna help you get in, and then tomorrow be like, yeah, nah, that he wasn't. Like, no, I don't like him no more.
Something happened that caused you to lose that support. Yeah.
So I think that we're watching now, our people, I got a Jabbar quote right now. I think we got a situation where we see our people involving themselves in what I would call MAGA tactics.
Say more.
And when I say that, it's because the online antics. We go back to the previous conversation of how we was raised.
Yeah.
It ain't none of your business who I vote for.
At the end of the day.
So now if I'm grandstanding and arguing with you online and going at them and, oh, you said this, it's like, it used to be when it wasn't none of your business who I vote for. I just need you to go vote. You know what I mean?
So you got, I hear that, Jab. I seen.
Because I think when I say because that came out with that era of politics where I can attack people online and do that, and it's like, nah, and it's like, oh no, I'm voting for him, and it's like, nah, I'm voting, but I ain't got to.
Well, I think it's two sides to this coin, right? So you have you know people who are like they made their decision on who they're going to vote for, and then they believe in them so much that they're willing to support them getting elected. So that was kind of the whole Obama thing. Like, I mean, once you say, okay, you're voting for me and you want me to win, what do I need you to do? Or that's my question. Okay, I want you to win, Jab. How can I help you win? And the how can I help you win historically has been knock on doors, call some people, get on. But now the how can I help you win is starting to be posting on social media, arguing in the comments. You're thinking that that's another way to help the person win, but in a lot of cases, you're turning people off because your methods and your tactics.
Personal feelings and quotations are being added to their agenda.
This is what I will tell you that I learned in politics. I may like you personally. I might not like you for the job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And people think that friendship equals my vote.
They go the other way too. I might not like you personally, but you're doing a hell of a good job. Like, so even though like you as that person, in that position, you do a really good job.
But I will tell you, if I like you personally, it typically
translate into the job you're doing too.
It typically give you the one up.
Okay.
Until you know, that I'm halfway there. Like if I like you personally, I got one foot in
halfway there.
Like I'm halfway. No, for real. Like
yeah. That's Jazz point. Like now it's up to you to lose my vote.
Right. Yeah. So I'm halfway there. So like I'm gonna look at your stuff first before I look at anybody else.
Yeah.
Right. Like no. Like this is where I'm leaning at, and I'm gonna go in there and look at it. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Because you my homeboy.
My liking you is nice to have, but not must have.
No, because
it's not a must have. The must have is like, are you going going to be good at the job.
And
that's the must have. And then if I like you, that's a benefit. But I don't have to like you in order to believe in your ability
and
to
just
do this
because
job.
I like you personally,
Don't
again,
mean,
that right. No, and that, but see, people think when you go in there because I might disagree with policies or things like that, that we can't be friends after that. No, you sucked at the job.
That's like you got a homeboy that say that they, work on cars. Like, I like you as that, but you ain't
never touch your mouth.
I think y'all all like me in here, right? And I'll say, hey, let me cut your hair.
No, I don't like you like that. I don't like you as a barber.
Right.
I don't like you as a mechanic. I don't like you as the thing.
But if somebody asks you to do an event and I'm like, let me throw your birthday party.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. You got it.
That's your budget.
Yeah, absolutely. There you have it.
Send me them numbers, please.
there you have it. So,
numbers off.
So we always run out of time for this conversation, and we don't want to do it now. So the other part of the conversation is this male-female relationship a conversation. And so again, we don't want to run out of time today. And so let's just start here. Let's start here. Can emotional cheating happen without sex was the question, right? And then when does friendship cross the line? Because I know we talked about can heterosexual male and a heterosexual female be best friends? That's kind of how the conversation started. This is like part 3-4 of this conversation. Yeah. Okay. So that's where we started, Jab. So can heterosexual males and females be best friends?
So is there any prompts or iteration around this, sir? Or you just want me to answer that question?
First thing that come to mind.
Situational.
Okay.
Because I have a best friend in California who I call my sister, and then my wife call her my sister.
Okay.
And we've been friends for
35
years.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
okay. So it's possible.
I have one. It's possible, but it's also a situation where it can never be anything sexual.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't be a friend and had a sex. That's not friends if you had a sexual encounter.
Yeah.
You're not friends.
Okay.
Call it something else.
Yeah. If you've had sex with the friend, then it's not a friend. It's not a friend.
You're not a friend. Like, you can't. I don't believe you can have sex with somebody
and then be friends.
And come to me and say, "Oh no, that's my friend," but y'all slept together.
Whenever,
back in high school,
whenever.
Y'all not friends.
Yeah, that's a different dynamic.
No, y'all not friends.
I hear that. Cute.
You missed me with that.
Because you think so like if you own that, so you think that they would cross that line again?
If it's happened once, yes. That's like a. Okay, so let's rephrase it.
I don't.
If a man said I had a gay encounter and y'all was dating, you don't think he gonna ever be gay again? It wouldn't be in your mind like he might want to be gay again. See.
No. It's not just saying.
You telling me, oh, that was my friend, but y'all slept together.
No. I'm just saying because you put that in it. But like, have you ever tried something and you realize, nah, that ain't for me?
Yeah.
Right. And no. I'm just saying this. Like you not like you done went out on a date with somebody and you realize, nah, like this could never. And then
that don't mean now later on we finna be friends.
Like, how did y'all become friends?
I would tell you this.
How's that your bro?
So let me tell you. No,
I would
tell you that probably would never be like. So we don't subscribe to all, and I do believe that like some people can put people in these departments, right, and never cross these lines. I do believe in boundaries. I have a lot of male friends. We done talked about this. And I'm surrounded by guys quite often, but I have the boundaries and I respect other people's boundaries. Like when my best friend, like I'm not calling certain times at night. Like there's boundaries. So I do believe that it is possible. Let me say it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Possible. I mean, as long as there hasn't been a sexual relationship, or if there has been, you saying it's still possible? So
let me tell you, all my exes, I promise you this.
Okay.
All my exes, they can call me at certain times and I done saved their relationships. Because me is once I'm done, and I don't let you
And see, my idea of done is like we ain't communicating.
That's a boundary being
chatting,
crossed right
like,
there. That's a boundary being crossed right there. If you got peoples, why are you calling my house at any time?
So you
don't call my house after 8, 9 o'clock.
No, nobody don't call my house after.
I'm sorry.
No,
don't be sorry. That's what we're doing this conversation.
It may have been within hours.
But also there's boundaries. Like there's some people that can, even though we cool.
Yeah,
I'm never going to disrespect my relationship for something that was a part of my past.
So let's talk about it in this context then. So you talk about respecting or disrespecting the relationship. Now, what happens when your partner says, I don't like how close you are with this person? Is that enough of a reason for you to change the friendship? Like if your partner's like not cool, even if there hasn't been a sexual relationship, you just y'all just saying this is my best friend, that's bro, that's sis or whatever. If your partner says, I'm not comfortable with how close y'all are.
You do change the dynamics. If you're real friends, you don't take that personal.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've been in situations like when
because y'all will be friends during and after this friends.
Right. And this is the thing is, and what I will tell you is like I'm not in competition with your lady.
Okay.
That is who you lay with. That's who you're trying to build the foundation with. And my respect for your relationship will let her know. And then we will eventually probably get there.
So let me change. Let's do this. First of all, it's the introduction of how he brought it on. Because
how do you get
I'm
to know
not gonna tell my lady, man, you friends and we done slept together.
Yeah, you don't.
I'm gonna tell my lady that's my homegirl. I used to mess with her, but we cool or something like that. I'm gonna put her in the space where she know that, hey, this happened. It ain't gonna be like, oh, we friends, or I'm not gonna say we slept together and we're just best friends. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, you're gonna be clear in how you.
So now, as that spouse, when she see you, she know, oh, they used to mess around, so I can watch it. But you know what? They cool now. She got that option. You have the option. People have the option. It's just
because
like
I do
believe
it. And again, I don't. People you done slept with, you done deal. You don't play in your spouse space, like in your partner face like that.
Yeah.
Like you don't give nobody the one up to make them look crazy out in the street.
Okay.
Right. And I do believe that the people that are in your life that's consistent, when you start any relationship, you introduce them to them. So you know exactly who these people are. Like I don't pop up with new friends.
Real about it.
And I will tell you this, and me and Brother John kind of said this, at this ripe old age, ain't none of us looking at another male or female who we don't work with or already have a friendship. Like, ooh, that looked like a good friend to have.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know. That would be a good new friend.
New friend.
Now, you may get the, but you may.
I don't think I ever had a friend that I looked at and started like, that'll be a good friend. like you just have conversations.
That's elementary.
And then friendships start to grow. Like,
but that's elementary. Like, that's school age. Like, I want to be your friend. But at our ripe old age, we don't go to no, like, we don't look at the opposite sex or whoever you like.
I want to be your friend.
Yeah.
Would you be my friend?
No. And if you said, and if you coming to me and telling me you want to be my friend, you want to be more than my friend.
Okay.
Like, hey, I want to.
Because if people be having alternative motives,
that's my thing.
Dudes be trying to stay in the rear when y'all break up. Like, women be trying to hold on to something in case y'all.
Well, I'm going to tell you this.
That's crazy to me, man. You got to be real in a relationship, man.
I will tell you this is that I don't entertain, period.
Yeah.
So, like, if I feel like you crossing back, like, people don't even know, like, I delete so much stuff. Just, hey, beautiful. Like, I don't have time to say, like, I'm in a relationship or this or that. I just ignore it. I don't entertain. I feel, and this is Qiana, you know, to take it. Once you start entertaining, you give somebody, regardless, we say, nah, don't do that. I got to admit, you're giving them the opportunity to have conversation. Right. And they're letting you know that, like, hey, it's a possibility. Now, that's how I feel.
So let's talk about this. Let's talk about confidence and confiding. Should you discuss problems in your relationship with an opposite sex friend?
I will tell you this, depending on who that friend is, you can. So you have to, whoever you are talking to about your relationship has to be an advocate for the relationship.
Okay.
Right. I believe that any two people can fix anything. It's the third person who mess it up. I don't care who the third person is. It could be your mama, society, anything like that. If somebody does not have the best interest and cannot listen to you and tell you when you're wrong, you shouldn't be confiding in that person.
Yeah,
it's levels of friendship.
Should you
the same way we
discuss-
teach our kids? It's levels of friendship.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's friends that you can go hang out with. There's certain friends that you can talk to certain things. That'll give you an honest opinion. And again, being real with yourself. Most of the time, people don't want to go to the friend that's go tell them, let's go check them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So they're gonna go
but
to
that's
somebody
the one
who's
you
gonna-
absolutely need to go to.
The one that's
You know
gonna
what
tell
I
you
mean?
the
That's
truth,
like, nah,
what you
bro,
need to hear.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's really all that is, man. And I just think really.
Because I'm not the friend you come to when you want to break up with your, like, because I'm not like, I'm the friend, like, if you trying to figure out a reason to stay and the reason to fix it out, I'm the friend you come to.
And then the thing about it is what this is a thin line, because as a male, sometimes if you're having a situation in a relationship, you might feel more comfortable talking to that female friend versus that your homeboys.
Okay.
Because some of your homeboys could be dense, or
you
know
need
what I mean?
female perspective.
Yeah, you need a feel. So it's a cut line, but it's like I said, it's all about the realness of the whole situation.
Because-
like people going and lying about, you can't lie about a relationship. You can't, leave things out. That's lying.
Yeah.
Omitting things is lying.
True.
You know what I mean?
How do you talk about it? How do you relate these things? Yeah.
And just even when you do it, like sometimes you think you're 100% right. Like, I don't know why she mad. Like, I did this. And then you talk to your homegirl and you be like, hey, you didn't listen to her. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, that was a good effort, but did you do this? And you be like, oh, I didn't even see it. And she could be screaming to you, telling you this, but because you're just looking, and this could go either way.
Okay.
Like, you're just looking at the effort and know this is what I did, but you're not listening to the person. So again, like, I'm one of the people is treat me how I want to be treated, not necessarily how you want to be treated, because you might want something that I don't want.
So but here's the thing, like the I guess maybe the consideration is could this relationship where you're discussing problems with an opposite sex person, could that create some emotional intimacy at a moment where like the relationship is vulnerable? Because like Jeff said, you got people be hanging around just waiting on their opportunities. And so now you come in and having these conversations, and now you're bonding over your issue, and then now you having an emotional, connection with somebody.
It could, but that's you. Listen, anything can happen,
and that's why I don't do
No.
I'm like, no. I'm just like, especially when it comes to talking to people, when it comes to talking about problems in my relationship, I had such a horrible experience with that in my younger years that I would never do that. Any problem that we got, it's our problem.
Yeah.
And whatever you're not gonna know like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't do that.
And that's fine.
Because of my lived experience. Like, I just got bad advice. You know
but
what I'm
look
saying?
at when
like,
you got bad advice. You was 18, 19. Y'all was all just think about
I was like in my early 20s.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Early 20s, 18, 19.
And then I realized, like, you know what?
Because
horrible advice. Yeah.
That was because look where y'all were at, and who could your friends at that point making terrible decisions.
So-called.
And so you're going to the people who pulling you out in the streets, who don't want you to be in a relationship, right? Who hanging out. Just look at where you were getting your advice from.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna go and ask somebody how to save my marriage for somebody who divorced 50 times because they leave when everything because they're gonna tell me, nah, that's a red flag. Get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna go ask my homeboy or my homegirl who cheats on they spouse every day. Like, dang.
Thank you for that.
What I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the comments, don't be hard on yourself. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Don't.
But I mean, it just changed my life. Like when I changed my perspective and it was like, you know what, this is for us to work through. And because when you confiding in people, especially when you're talking about a problem, it's like, I mean, we all know this to be true in most cases. Now, once you resolve that problem, that person still got
that y'all had that problem.
Some people,
and they're gonna be either saying things or they're gonna treat your partner according to the problem and not according to like how y'all done worked it out and resolved it. And they're not gonna celebrate a lot of times.
No, No, listen.
You got black people
what,
and you got Negroes. So a nigga sure enough ain't gonna be like, oh, y'all worked it out. They're gonna be like, hey, you still over there? You still
you know my saying. What's the difference from being crazy and a success story?
Yeah, how it ends.
How it ends. Like if you're in a toxic or something and you stick it through, and then they get the help, everything, and now y'all a good, healthy couple. Like, oh, you stuck that through. That good job. Like now you're the success story. If you end up at that road leaving, she was so dumb. She stayed there that whole time.
No, it's funny because I'm laughing now because I remember I had a mentor, Minister Rasul. He was my mentor, and him and my wife used to like team up on me. So we getting counseling, and I'm like, this ain't really counseling. It's like y'all double, like I'm trying to talk to you about my problem with her, and he like, no, it ain't her, bro. You tripping, and I'm like. So, no, but he really helped get me together because he was like, focus on your contribution, not on what you are seeing. Like, what are you doing? Because that's what you can control. Like, you can't control nothing outside of yourself. So start there. And I just kept deflecting and like not really wanting to look at what I was doing. And when he started having me to really do the mirror test, and one of the mirror tests is, if she did that to you, how would you feel? If she said that to you, how would you feel? If she put you in that situation, how would you feel? That was like one of those, it's just the mirror test. You know what I mean? I think with all of these friendships, relationships, when you talk about comfortability, if you wouldn't be comfortable in that situation, why would you put your partner in that situation?
And I tell you, if you have a really good friend, they're not gonna be. If somebody truly your friend and they have your best interest, I feel like they're not gonna put you in a situation where you have to choose. Yeah. Because they make the choice for you.
Amen. So we got 2 minutes. That's always a big one. We got some announcements and some things that's happening this weekend. And so I want to make sure that we get that. Again, we can continue. Well, we do part like 6.
Yeah, I mean, we can always, people like the conversation. People are engaging. And I mean, I think people want healthy relationships.
So right on. So there's a few things happening. So tomorrow is the Community Voices Candidate Forum. You can come out. You can hear from candidates. This is at Childs Park. We're saying don't let Facebook decide your vote. Don't let somebody pick your endorsement. Come out, ask questions. You can do that. It's from 12 to 5 tomorrow. And you can be able to hear from the candidates in person at Childs Park. Also, the South St. Pete CRA, we're still collecting surveys. We want to hear your voice. And so you probably saw that during the break. Make sure that you get the link out of the chat and take the survey. And there's ways you can support us. So, send stars, support the broadcast, and do all the things.
Yeah.
Anything you got cooking? Any announcements y'all want to make? Final thoughts?
Self-check, the best check, baby. That's it. I can expound.
You sent me this too, Jab. Check your freezer. There was like 30,000 pounds of beef that was recalled. We could probably I'll share a link.
We'll go back in there. Yeah. All right. Cash that reality check. Right.
Let's check every reality
yes.
check. Hopefully your reality check don't bounce.
If it do, then you got some work to do. Amen. So be the change you want to be. Write down those 5 things. That's how you check that reality check too.
Okay.
Yeah, and stay tuned for Sister Hughes.
Make you lose your shoes and shout all around the house. This has been the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
And this is Qiana.
And this King Jab. Y'all be easy.
Peace.